I guess you could say I thought I saw dead people. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we are at Yongma, which is an abandoned amusement park here in Seoul. It's busy with a lot of photographers. I'm here with Michaela to take some creepy pictures. I asked you guys on Instagram if you would rather have a normal vlog or some creepy abandoned amusement park B-roll while I tell you guys a scary story. And overwhelmingly you guys voted for the scary story. So that's what we'll be doing today. I have one scary experience in my adult life that I remember at least, and I will be doing a kind of voiceover telling you guys my scary story while you enjoy some creepy scenery. So with that being said, I'm gonna get going. The sun sets so early now, it's 4 and the sun is already like, bye. I'm gonna get going. I hope you guys enjoy the creepiness of Yongma and also my scary story. See you at the end of the video. So back to the dead people. As an adult, I rationalized my experiences with the science behind the color rods in our eyes. I was staring so intently into the dark, it's no wonder I saw things. Like a printer low on black ink, blue and green and red stepped in to make up the difference. But to a kindergartner, the shapes I saw in my room at night were definitely dead people. And I'm not sure when I stopped being so deathly afraid of the dark either, but it was definitely at least before I got to university. I lived with the same 2 roommates throughout junior and senior year of college, who we'll call Violet and Megan. Megan suffered from anxiety and brought her cat into the living situation, claiming that he was a therapy animal. Absolute nonsense. Lunacy. That cat had more nervous energy and anxiety than the 3 of us combined. He was extremely shy and skittish, and sometimes all it took was eye contact to send him bolting. But overall, he wasn't a bad cat. Although it took a few months, he warmed up to me and could tolerate being in the same room as long as I didn't try to touch him. But as soon as someone so much as got up from the couch, he launched, scattering his nails against the flooring in a frenzy to go hide under Megan's bed. His severely shy disposition is important, I promise. Now, our second apartment together was on the ground floor of an old classic Philadelphia row home. And with the ground floor came access to the basement. Now, the American East Coast is known for dirt basements, cellars as they're commonly called. In the old days, these underground spaces were used for preserving, pickling, and fermenting food, since the earth kept the space cool. When we first descended into the semi-finished basement in our new apartment, it was so cluttered with spiderwebs and centipedes that we basically all agreed never to really use it. But spiderwebs are easy enough to brush away. Bug killer is sold in grocery stores. We were brave enough to clean, but still. We couldn't bring ourselves to enter the last third of that basement. That was where the dirt closet lived. Violet's bedroom was at the very back of the apartment and was obviously an addition tacked onto the original brick structure. The original foundation clearly ended about 2 feet from her bedroom door, and where the original house ended, 1 level below, was where the dirt closet began. It was as if someone took a shovel and horizontally dug a closet out of the earth itself. It was small and uneven, just wide enough for an average-sized man to probably stand in. The old wooden door hung open crookedly on its hinges, but we never tested to see if it closed or locked. No one ever touched it. No one ever went near it. And we made it almost the entire year without really thinking about the basement. We joked about the weird dirt closet from time to time, but maybe only ventured down there once a month or so to get something from storage. It started in the spring. Now, I had basically always been a night owl, especially in college. My bedtime was anywhere between 1 and 4 a.m. My room and bathroom were in the front of the apartment, behind the kitchen, at the opposite end of a long hallway ending in Violet's obvious addition of a bedroom. It started about once a week. It would be 1, 2, 3 a.m., and I would pivot from the bathroom into my bedroom and notice him at the end of the long hallway. When sitting still, he was a handsome black cat, but his energy was different. This chronically nervous animal was now intently focused on a spot on the floor, right where you could see the original foundation end, just before Violet's bedroom door. And he was looking down, towards the basement. I smiled at the black cat and softly called his name. He flicked one ear in my direction, but never moved his head. This was stranger than anything. Some days, all you had to do was make eye contact with the thing and he'd be bolting for his room. But I ignored him and went to sleep. The next week, it happened again. Again, around 2 a.m. I stood for a while in the hallway and watched him. He never looked up or away from that spot on the floor. And then it became almost every night. And then it was every night. And he was always in the exact same spot, motionless. It was the new normal. I would get ready for bed around 1, 2, 3 a.m., and there he would be at the end of the hallway. I would call his name and talk to him, but he never seemed to notice me. Once I was even able to walk up and stand right next to him. He didn't even look up. And then the fear of the dark came back. Some nights it was just a light fog of doom in the air, manageable enough. But other nights I distinctly felt that I was being watched from my closet. My closet was in the back left-hand corner of my room, so that when I looked at it from my bed, you could easily draw a line of sight through the wall to where the cat was sitting out in the hallway, to where the dirt closet was positioned underneath the house. And the staring came back, staring into the darkness of my bedroom, staring into the black, because as soon as I closed my eyes, it felt like something was staring back at me. The fear of the dark became so strong, I started sleeping with my phone flashlight on. I started playing low music, white noise. I brought this up to Violet, who shared that sometimes when waking up to use the bathroom in the middle of the night, she found the cat outside her door. He wouldn't move right away, so she would have to push him aside with her foot. He was like a totally different animal. I found myself counting down the days until I moved out and away from whatever was keeping me up at night. My childhood fear of the dark had come back in full strength, and I was tired of catching a black cat stare through the floor towards the ominous underground dirt closet. I was tired of some strange feeling that if I looked into my own closet at night, something would look back at me. A brief Google search revealed little on our house. It was originally built in the 1800s, not uncommon for Philadelphia, and to our glee, we found the LinkedIn page for our mysterious French-Canadian landlord. But that was all. No murders, no fires, no crimes, or at least none that were significant enough to be reported. And after moving back in with my parents after graduation, the fear of the dark washed away. Nothing had followed me back into the suburbs. I felt more confidently than ever that a dark energy had been manifesting in the old Philadelphia house at night and feeding off of my childhood fear of the dark. Now, I don't have any pictures of the dirt closet itself, but I do have a picture from the beginning of the cat's strange behavior to prove his nightly stare session to Megan. The picture is on an old phone with a cracked screen and no SIM card, so I couldn't send it to myself and instead just took a picture of the screen. April 12th, 2018, 1:14 a.m. I will never know who built that dirt closet in our basement or why, but I am sure of this. Something was there, and I don't think it was a mouse. Now I know this story doesn't have a real climax, and it's easy enough for a skeptic to dismiss, but I do believe in energies, and it wouldn't be the first time a loved one has experienced something paranormal. Among my close friends and family, from regular, everyday people who I trust, I've heard reports of shadow people. One saw a ghost as a kid. Another saw something that she could only describe as the devil, twice. And my personal favorite, the poltergeist, but that story is not mine to tell. Maybe next year. Happy spooky season, everyone. Subscribe and let me know if you liked this style of video. It was something new for me and it was a lot of fun, so I'd be happy to do it again. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.
So casual.